All right, no politically correct answers. How does this quarterback thing shake out?
I don't know, man. I feel like we have three guys who just have a whole bunch of different, different talent. You know, I'm obviously rooting for my boy. You know, Logan and me went to high school together. You know, I'd love to get out there and catch some passes from him next year. But at the same time, you know, Zach Mettenberger has one of the most unbelievable arms, and everybody says the second coming. Talking about Stafford and everything like that. You know, he's just a guy who has just all the talent, you know, in the world. Just depends on what he does with it. But then, you know, you also have Aaron Murray, a guy who came in, you know, highly recruited, who has all the tools too. He's just a different body, a little bit different quarterback. So I mean, you got three guys that can come out there and get it done. It just depends on which one of them steps up and the coaches like and how they perform. I mean, I think it comes into spring ball with everybody, you know, just guns blazing, everybody trying to let it loose and prove that they're the guy. But you don't I guess really know until you know, the coaches create that depth chart. I think they're going to come into it though pretty even this spring.
What was Logan like as a high school quarterback?
I mean, he's obviously the leader of our team. You know, he's a guy who you know, across the board in any sport he participated in was always a leader, and has been ever since he was young. You know, he's a guy who played up as a freshman. You know, played wide receiver whenever we had another pretty highly recruited quarterback, Chase Patton, who played in Missouri. And, you know, as soon as he left, he just took over the reins. And, you know, he definitely got the guys in my grade together and was like, you know, we got to be the class, the guys that step up and, you know, led us to three great seasons. And, you know, he's obviously tremendously gifted as far as athletically. You know, he's a guy who would run up and down the field on people and was kind of like when he wanted to turn it on. And I mean, he was always a guy who broke the pocket very easily and could get out there. But I think he tried really hard in high school to prove to people that, you know, he wasn't going to rely on his athleticism. And he was going to be, you know, a guy who took the mental aspect of it to another level and really picked apart defense and things like that.
Are these three quarterbacks all really different in the type games they play?
I think they have to be. I think they all have to play to their strengths. I mean, I think that Logan, you know, he's too athletic to sit in the pocket every play. You know, I think that he brings so much more to the table than sitting in the pocket and taking two steps and handing the ball off. I think that if you don't incorporate, you know, him carrying the ball and breaking the pocket and getting out on the edge every now and then, that you know, you be doing him and, you know, our team a disservice. I think that Mettenberger is a little bit more of a balance between the pocket passer and somebody who can break the pocket. He's obviously a very athletic guy who you know, was hindered a little early on because he broke his leg, I think, in his senior year of high school. But I mean, if it was up to me, Mettenberger would sit back in the pocket all day because that's a guy who's just got a cannon, and you know, if you let him loose and get him on the right track and make sure that his head's in the right place, he can pick apart anybody because he's got just that amazing of an arm. So I think they are very different, all three of them, in the way.
You think you can win with any of them?
Yeah, I think that, you know, anybody that tailors their offense around a quarterback who's got, you know, the talent to get it done has the ability to win. I think that, you know, they all give us a good chance of winning. It's just, you know, which one the coaches feel like gives us the best chance of winning.
How hard do you think last year was for Logan not getting to play nearly as much probably as he hoped and maybe expected?
I mean, anybody who you know, is a highly recruited guy who comes in, you know, and has like the talent that Logan has is going to be disappointed, you know, when they don't see the field as much. You know, he definitely was a guy who was like, you know, I want to get on the field any way I can, you know, whether that be special teams. I know he's out there catching punts and stuff like that. So, you know, he's definitely a guy who's disappointed that he hasn't seen the field as much as, you know, he could have, or he feel like maybe he had the opportunity or should have gotten the opportunity to. But, I mean, he's a guy who's ready. You know, I think he's ready to take the reins over right now if he gets the opportunity. I know he spends a lot of time, you know, talking to the rest of the guys. I think he's a pretty good motivator. And, I mean, I'm pulling for him. I know he's a guy who's waiting for his turn for a while now. And I feel like he's been overlooked a little bit since he's been here just because everybody thought that Joe was kind of the heir apparent whenever Stafford left. And, you know, now we got two young quarterbacks who came in at the same time, and it's kind of feel like everybody skipped straight from Joe, you know, to these two young guys. And not that they're not great guys. I think they're both great quarterbacks, but I feel like, you know, Logan kind of feels like he's the underdog right now because people kind of look over him. So I feel like he definitely, you know, is out to prove some people wrong this year.
You know, there were a lot of rumors that Logan might switch positions. Did you believe that for a minute, or?
I feel like if they did make that choice, that he's somebody that has the athleticism to get it done. You know, I know he played wide receiver early on in high school before he took over the quarterback job, just because we had another guy and he had the ability to. And I mean, I heard the rumors too. You know, I think that they're all false. You know, of course he's a quarterback right now. He's coming to spring as a quarterback, and that's all that matters. But I mean, I don't know. I didn't feel like it was something that could have been true at the time. But and again, I looked at it and I was like, you know, this is a guy that you know, ran a 4.5 in high school and came in here who's like about 200 pounds or so and can move and still athletic enough to do it. So, I mean, I didn't know. You know, I thought maybe Coach Bobo had in his mind that it was another guy he wanted to be back there behind center and was like, this guy's too good to keep off the field. And I feel like, you know, if a day came where the coaches thought that Logan couldn't beat out these other two guys, that they definitely would incorporate him in at the wide receiver just because he's too much of a talent to go through 4 years here and never see the field, you know, a significant amount.